Well, hello everybody. Today we're going to follow up on our recent theme of following and tracking some of the best players in the world. So the idea is we track some of the top players. We recently covered Jamie Dwyer, and today we're going to cover Sardar Singh. So Sardar is number 8, just there playing at centre half, and this game is India versus Pakistan. It's being played in Malaysia at the Azlan Shah Cup, which is probably the premier Asian tournament, well, annual Asian tournament. It used to be played every 2 years, or year about I should say, in Kuala Lumpur and Ipoh. These days it's played exclusively in Ipoh in the beginning part of the year, usually around March or April. So there's Sardar just tracking in the inside left position. India are playing from left to right. Sardar is of course the captain of India, so you see him wearing the armband there on his left. And what you'll find is that because we're actually tracking the player, you don't always see the ball in shot, because we're actually trying to show the position of the player. So there, Sardar's just made a tackle, ran through because he was hoping that his team would get the ball. Of course he didn't, and so it's a turnover ball to Pakistan. Sardar falls back and starts directing the players in front of him yet again. So always looking around. He has fantastic peripheral vision, so even when he's not looking directly at something, he scans very well. So he's actually running away from the ball there, obviously wanting to move up into a high position. So he's gone all the way from within his own 25 to basically up at the other end of the field and almost received the ball. So now taking the sideline hit, takes a self pass and then plays it safely back down the line. So the ball's in backfield now, or somewhere near the halfway line, so Sardar falls back into the middle of the field and takes up the centre half position, or centre mid position again. Calling for the ball there, doesn't come straight away, so he backs off. He's being followed pretty closely. You'll see Sardar will often run in one direction and change very quickly, change direction to make himself some space. And exactly what he just did there, that's fairly typical play for Sardar, and it should be for most hockey players, of course. So he'll duck in behind a player, or he'll lead in one direction, make a J run, and then duck back quickly in the other direction, where he's just opened up some space. So Pakistan in possession now, 3 Indian players in on top of that player, so he quickly released. Sardar again directing the players who should mark who. He lunges in, but doesn't get the ball. India again gang tackling, 3 players again on the ball carrier. Now it's turnover ball. Sardar's bursting through. Nice ball through on the left. Here's a tomahawk shot, and it's a shot, and it's into the back of the net, and that's goal 1 for India. Well, that didn't take long. Yeah, and they all go across there and congratulate each other. Yeah, a very nice goal too. I think that was Manpreet Singh for India. So that's first goal, first quarter. So mass change of players now. There goes Sardar into the dugout. So 17.5-minute quarters. Sorry, I beg your pardon. 15-minute quarters these days. And here Sardar retakes the field again on the 9-minute mark. So he was only off for about 2 minutes there. Quick drink of water, maybe had some instruction from the coach, although it was probably a planned change. And he falls again into the centre of the field where he can control things. He often plays in the middle of the field these days. Sometimes you see him playing further back in defence, and occasionally he makes a foray forward as well. So half court press by India. Sideline ball, self pass for Pakistan by the looks of things. Sardar just hanging in about the 25, waiting for the ball to come back out. Doesn't come back out, short corner. Has a look at the umpire, but seems to be happy enough with the decision. Foot given, short corner. Sardar's not involved in the short corner defence, so of course he has to fall back to the halfway line with the other players. In Malaysia we see the stands are packed with groups of school children. Each team is allocated a group of school children to cheer for them, so that there's, even on the quiet days or the early games, you see there the Indian flag on the right. Each team always has some very vocal support. And here comes the injection. Sardar, half pace back down the field, another short corner given. Sardar's looking across at the bench to see if there's anything that needs to be said or done. He's having a word with the umpire now. Pindapal was maybe giving Sardar, his captain, some information. Looks like the umpire's checking with the other umpire, but short corner stands. No referral here in Malaysia. We don't have a video referral, but of course the umpires can confer. They're wired. And in this particular tournament, they are also, for the first time, wearing umpire cam. Yeah, back of the net, that was in. It's a goal. So nicely placed, just to the right of the goalkeeper. So there you have it. So that's 1-1 on the 8-minute mark. So Ashak Chetik, the Indian goalkeeper, down pretty quick, but very well placed just inside the post. Nice strike flick. So back for a restart by India, and it's 1-1. Sardar asks for and gets the ball, plays it out to the right, back in again to Sardar. Nice little shimmy. Sardar's not one of those really dynamic players. You don't see him zooming up and down the field. He tends to conserve his energy. Calls for the ball. There again you see he shows his stick, showing his stick again when he's open to receive the ball. Tracks back to cover his player now. The half's gone up there on that side, so Sardar's obviously come across to cover that vacant space. No, out on the side. So Pakistan ball at the side. Sardar's drifted across into the inside right channel now, and he just walks his way back across field. So transfer to the other side, he just shuffles on the halfway line. It's like a Sardar Singh half-court press. Doesn't seem to want to make inroads up the field, and it's more or less a half-court press from India, one high forward, no real pressure up there. Oh, nice skill by Pakistan there. Yeah, very nice on the burst. Oh, too high in, says the umpire, dangerous play. So out it comes again. Looks like Sardar's making his way to the halfway line for another interchange. And there he goes. So that's the 6-minute mark, and Sardar is into the dugout again. So that's his second trip to the dugout. Cold towel on his neck. Very hot conditions here in Malaysia, and the score stands at 1-1 with 6 minutes remaining. Here we are again. Sardar is retaking the field as usual. Tries to sneak in behind the player and then leads back, asking for the ball or showing that he's ready to receive the ball. Quite a bit of individual players running with the ball, because India and Pakistan, it's a fairly normal way for them to play. They like to run the ball individually. They like to take on players. They like to dribble and beat players. You've seen that several times already. People trying to beat 2 and 3 players. Ball across the face of goal, or right by the penalty spot, but infringement there. Sardar was up on the 25, but now he slowly makes his way back, conserving energy again. Okay, Sardar tracks across there, waiting for the player to try and come back on the inside. But the player just kept on going down the line, and it's fouled by India, ball on up at the sideline. Once again, Sardar shuffles across field now, so he's filling a big hole in the middle of the field, all the way from the top of his own D to the top of the opposition D, and tends to dominate anywhere within 10 metres of the halfway line. Hasn't really seen a lot of the ball in this game so far, Sardar. Pakistan have been playing the ball wide down the line, so it's been more or less out of his zone for the most part. And that's the end of the first quarter. There's a 2-minute break. India leading 2-1, so we've obviously had a goal whilst we weren't following Sardar. And here's the second quarter now. Sardar about to retake the field alongside Mandeep there. Now some play going on in backfield here. And the 16-yard area, looks like a 16-yard hit out. And everyone's falling back. Another infringement. Now Pakistan with the ball easily out of defence, and you just drop back for a 2/3 court press. They said you can have it back there, we'll just bide our time and wait. As soon as the Indian player in open field receives the ball, he gets gang tackled by 2 or 3 Indian players, so that's obviously a tactic by their coach Roland Altmans. Sardar still waiting for an interchange there. Is it Sunil who's going on for? Yes, looks like going on for Sunil there. So he's going high. Quick burst back, receives the ball. Must be a foul by Pakistan. Been pretty hard on him. They know Sardar's a very dangerous player when he's on the ball. He nearly always makes his passes stick, and he's very deceptive. Great little run there. Pulls it back. Doesn't find the foot. And it's a nice flick. Clearance out of defence and down the line to relieve the pressure. Sardar back in his favourite position there, hole in the middle of the field. Receives in good space, early pass, and directs the traffic. Send it back, he says, and that's what they do. Ball recycles back around to the right-hand side. And now it's Pakistan's turn to put their half-court press on India. Sardar right up there in the D. So he's obviously having a foray forward, trying to find himself some space. Being well marked. Yeah. Very well marked indeed. Not quite as easy as he thought it might be there. And there's Jasdeep Singh on the ball, passing it back and around. And they switch the ball back wide to the other side. So the Indians are doing much the same thing as the Pakistan team, playing wide down the wings. Sardar's obviously got duties up as one of the 3 high strikers now. There's a wall of 3 Pakistani players there, man-to-man marking. And Sardar's being front marked there in the D, as you would expect. But he's trying to find himself some space, running through traffic to try and lose his marker, but they've switched marker now. And now that he's dropped back to the halfway line, they've basically let him go because there's no danger down there. Or no danger as far as scoring a goal is concerned anyway. Sardar doing a little bit of reorganising, a little bit of restructure of the team. And he just gently shuffles his way forward, tries to cut out the pass, doesn't want the ball coming down the inside, lets them have it down the wide on the wings. But Pakistan are very fast out wide, and that's where they've been doing most of their attacks. Sardar now tracks all the way across the field, so he may not be the quickest player around the field, but he certainly covers some ground. That's a free hit Pakistan. When he drops back, you can see Sardar watching the play all the time, shouting instructions, always aware what's going on. There he is, just telling Nutapa to move into a different position. Oh, nice drag inside, very nicely done. Sardar again pressuring the ball carrier, almost running into his own player there. He's so keen to lead the charge and get the ball back, win it back for his team India. When he holds his position again, restructures, Pakistan ball, so he's making sure that everyone gets back into their proper place, and he just holds the middle of the field again. And the ball comes into his area, he just applies a little bit of pressure, makes the player keep his head down, and again a very nice overhead to throw the pass for Pakistan. Sardar being left in space at the moment because he's not really in any danger now. He moves forward, of course, so they pick him up man-to-man marking again. And again, because he's approaching the D, it's a front marking situation, but he is being given quite a bit of space there. Turnover ball back to Pakistan, so back out of the D he comes, jogs his way back down the field, again holding his position in the middle of the field. So as we see, Sardar does tend to dominate in the middle of the field. He's happy going forward as a striker and he's happy coming back as a defender, but he tends to try to dominate in that central area. And there he is tracking his way across yet again in support of his player, always trying to make the extra man, so that there's an outlet pass. Again, another bit of individual skill by India. Instead of protecting the ball and looking inside for a pass, maybe to Sardar, they tend to like to run the ball. Pakistan doing much the same thing. There's a foul. Again, 2-on-1 for India. Then they relieve the pressure for Pakistan, pass the ball across field. Sardar once again covers the ground. Not a great pace, but he's covering an awful lot of ground out there in these hot conditions. He slides his way across. Now he's all the way back down in the right pocket defence for India. Well inside the 16-yard area. Ball's been switched back around. And Sardar tracked back across the other way. And there's a foul. Looks like he was hoping to get a turnover ball there, but it just didn't come off. And he was already going in behind the Indians. There's a foot, looks like it's inside the D. Umpire's given the foot, but foot's a given. And the Indian player's down for sure. Yep, it's got to hurt. And Sardar looks like he's making his way again for another interchange. And there he goes back into the dugout. So that's 4 minutes, about 4.5 minutes left.